Twitch.
No, this is YouTube.
This is YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. So we are now live. So
don't say fuck a bugger.
Oh no, there goes my monetization.
Cancel it all.
The trick about monetization is you need to talk about expensive things, and they give you the more expensive adverts.
Oh.
You start the first 5-10 minutes talking about house prices and where to live.
Is that true?
Apparently.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Well,
the YouTube algorithm picks it up, and it's like, oh, then we'll put like.
They're talking about this is clearly a higher class sort of.
This is a video for people with money.
More fool them. So
to be fair, you need like 4 mortgages to afford an army anyway. So
I like my house on Mayfair. I don't know if what everybody else likes.
Oh yes, the house prices these days are far too low. Pump them up, I say.
It cost me £400.
Kensington's the right one, isn't it?
Yeah, Kensington, isn't it? Yeah.
Borough of Kensington's where all the money is in London.
Well, couldn't I live in what's that big house called? Buckingham Palace. That's
not on your wage.
Oh, it's like that.
Marry as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I don't think the Majesty's looking for a second marriage either.
Yet.
If you can convince her to like sling Philip, then yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, wait till Philip pops his clogs. It'll not be long.
Oh, you are going to stop bringing this down, right? This is supposed to be.
if he hasn't already, according to the rumours.
Well, have you seen pictures of him? He is literally a living corpse at the minute.
He is 99 years old.
And?
That's nearly 2 decades longer than you expected to live.
So what you're saying is the Queen's doctor is less of a doctor and more of a necromancer at this point.
Yes.
Bringing it right back to hobby.
I like what you did there.
I'm sure we'll talk about some undead stuff later on anyway. So
he's constantly casting Van Hells.
Ian knows all about that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who.
When it's not dispelled every bastard turn. I'll cast Van Hells. No. Gah!
So the bitterness still exists then about that.
Of course it does.
Why would it not? It's one of the main mechanics of his army.
I know.
That's like when you put a brand new, freshly painted, massive model on the battlefield and it dies in the first turn.
Who does that? That sounds horrific. Who on earth would do that?
That's tradition, though.
Gavin does it. He's not here to defend himself, so
I do it as well. I'm not going to lie.
Everybody does it.
Yeah, that's new. That has to go.
There is no moral high ground here.
New model syndrome.
Cannon it off the board.
New model syndrome's terrible. Like, it's a curse that afflicts everyone. I speed painted a unit of trolls for a game of fantasy, and rather than getting shot off the board, what happened instead is somehow they wandered outside of my general's leadership bubble, and they spent every single turn picking their nose. Yeah, they sat there 5 turns and did fucking nothing. And my opponent was like, "Cool, well they're doing nothing. I'm just going to ignore them all the game." I was like,
right.
That's even more insulting than killing them. I don't have to do anything. I just ignore them.
Yeah, the ultimate insult is just to ignore something.
I'm pretty sure I had that happen with trolls, and they just literally stood like drooling for the entire game.
I mean, that sounds about right, though, doesn't it?
It's trolls for you.
It's thematic, but it's not very not annoying. If that makes any sense.
The trick is to get into combat as fast as possible, and you don't have to take your stupidity test.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Easy as that, eh? How hard can this leadership test be on a Night Goblin boss?
The issue I had was my general's unit failed its animosity test, so they just legged off in the wrong direction, leaving my trolls completely stranded from turn 1. It was like, all right.
You are guaranteed to fail 50% of those animosity tests.
Apparently it's a 1 in 6, but I'm sure it's a 1 in 2 for me.
As we covered on Ian's episode, the dice doesn't.
It either works or it doesn't.
Yeah, that's right. It's 50%. You'll pass this animosity test, or you'll fail it 50%.
I like that logic. That's good.
Anyway,
are you going to do your intro anyway?
Yeah.
50% of the time, it works every time.
That's true. There's no denying it. Anyway,
made from real panther.
this is episode. Oh, this is live stream 2, not Electric Boogaloo, because that's been done. I thought I'd call it the Revenge after Jaws, even though I think Jaws the Revenge was the 4th one. Or was it?
Oh, pass.
I don't know.
Jaws 4 was the best one.
It's the one with Michael Caine in it.
Yeah.
And it's the one where the shark is somehow telepathic.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's hunting the
It's been a
woman
while
character.
since I've watched a lot of Jaws.
I don't know, Jaws, it's not really connected to this. But I've slapped together a topic of the new releases. Because
I wonder why
funny
that was.
that.
I mean, it feels like it was really planned in advance, and you knew exactly what you were going to be talking about.
Look, it's all smoke and mirrors, right? I'm sure EastEnders, they're writing the script as they're setting the camera up to film it. It's all the same. But I know what we can talk about before we get into that. Have you made any success or progress on your hobby resolutions?
No. Moving on.
Well, I'll cross that 20-minute segment out then.
It's still January, still plenty of time to get. I don't even remember what my hobby resolutions were.
Paint.
I'm definitely painting.
Last time you were all about the what's it called?
Legion.
No, ship game.
Victory at Sea.
No,
Age of Sigmar.
No, Victory at Sigmar.
Sea.
No, not that
Victory of
one.
Sigmar.
The other one. The
Man of War.
Man of War.
No.
What? We won't talk about Man of War at all.
Can
What are you on about?
the one with the company went bust? That one.
Dystopian Wars.
That's the one. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Mark.
Great game.
Have you?
I think he said ship.
Ship.
Per ship.
Yeah, I didn't say shit. I said shit.
Game.
I thought you said shit game. I was like, what? It's rude.
I'll take it. That's a no. That
rude.
you haven't actually made any progress on.
Well, they haven't been released yet.
I mean, it hasn't been released yet,
so no, you haven't then. I researched this.
I have been intrigued by the Marvel tabletop game, Marvel Crisis Protocol, because I managed to find a mod for it for Tabletop Stimulator, and it's good. I'm enjoying it, and so I picked up the base game that they do because I like to support companies when they do good games.
What's the gist of this?
Skirmish level game. You can pick a team of 10 superheroes. You are awarded
up to a points limit, though, isn't it?
Sorry?
I thought it was up to a points limit.
Well, it is, but you can pick 10 superheroes. Irrelevant. You basically just build the team that you want to have, and then there's a mechanic. There's a system mechanic for picking missions. So each time you have a game, you pick a capture objective and you pick an extraction objective. And basically that gives you the threat level of what the game's going to be, anywhere from 14 to 20. And then each hero has a threat level, which is where you pick your team from, if that makes sense.
Can you be Magneto?
So you Yes.
Oh, well, sold.
You pick a team of 10 superheroes, and it doesn't matter who you pick. If you pick a team of superheroes that thematically are members of the same team, then there are bonuses awarded to you. But if you wanted to take Doc Ock, Magneto, Beast, Wolverine, and whoever else, a completely random, list of heroes, you're not penalised for that. It's just kind of the way the game's written. But no, it's very good. I've been enjoying it. I had a couple of games with Gavin using the tabletop mod with it being available. And yeah, it's canny. So I ended up buying the base game. I also picked up Hulk because he's hilarious.
But not in space.
And it also has
Not in space, though.
No, he's not in space. But it also has a you versus the boss type of game. So you can do you and another player kind of versus a big boss hero character type of thing. So, like the Hulk is an example, or who's the other guy I'm thinking of?
Ultron was the one you described me.
Yeah, so Ultron basically, you can have like a little mini game against Ultron. So it's you and another player basically trying to kill Ultron.
Can you be Catwoman?
No, because she's DC, and
Well,
it is a Marvel game.
There's an expansion for you. Or not. I did manage to achieve some stuff.
Lies.
I did, and I even worked out how to show stuff on this stream background thing. So I've learned a lot of new skills here. Look at this.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Is this live?
This is live. If it hasn't broken.
It looks broken.
It'll take a while to update.
Yeah.
It's not working, Mark.
Well, I could have talked about it before and time it up right, but that takes a lot of effort.
That's just another skill that you need to learn. That's fine.
That's true. It's another string to my bow.
I can't actually see that. Also, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I couldn't find my microphone, but I found it.
Everyone's got these new executive real microphones instead of just a headset now. What's going on?
No, mine's a headset mic, but I unplugged the microphone last night and I didn't remember where I put it.
Well, who says we're not prepared?
I said we're not prepared.
The internet.
Anyone who listens to this, you before we started this.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm allowed to say.
I don't know what I'm not prepared.
That
What the hell is
impression
going on?
There's
sounds.
a reference available there. It's just dangling, but no one's taking it, and that's fine. That's fine.
That sounds nothing like me. Just to clear that up. Is that?
I mean, I literally thought it was you.
I thought it was pretty spot on.
I don't sound like a muppet.
I don't sound like a muppet.
I don't sound like a muppet at all.
Don't sue us, the estate of Jim Henson, please.
That's Frank Oz. Jim Henson can't touch us. He's dead.
Is Frank Oz not dead?
Is Frank
No.
Oz dead?
No,
Oh, God. Thank you. I was
I don't
worried.
believe so.
Larry King is, though. Larry King died today.
You've now dated this. This is now not eternal, even though we're going to talk about things that were released today. So that's fine.
You mean the preview session that we had got from? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but now, when historians root through the wreckage of humanity, if they find the hard drive this ended up stored on,
Digital content. That's what happened.
if provided a solar flare hasn't obliterated all magnetic storage, they'll be able to say, "Oh yeah, this piece of shit was recorded the day Larry King died."
What are they talking? Who's Larry King?
What's a Larry King?
I'd be of the assumption they'd listen for 20 seconds of this and say, there's no point digging this archaeological dig any further. We'll just leave it underground.
Burn it.
This is a historical and very important piece of culture at this time frame. So
Well, it is.
Yeah.
they would study this in great detail.
Yeah, it's like a primary source in GCSE history, which is also a thing from the past because they don't do
The
them anymore.
best kind.
Are them swordmasters showing up or what?
Yes, they are.
No one agree. No one agree.
Do you not agree? You're
what?
I name you a disruptive person.
A suppressor.
No.
We got an SP.
Oh God, I don't. That's the last thing I need. Whatever group they're attached to, which I won't name, coming after us.
That one that is totally not a cult, but
Move-
is absolutely litigious.
Rapidly moving on before I get a letter. Yeah, look at that. How impressive is that? I finished a high elf unit after 4 years.
Have you done the bases?
Yep.
Okay, I'll accept
They're
that.
done, are they? Okay, yeah.
There's photo evidence on the screen.
I can't see that. What are you talking about? What?
On the
I mean,
YouTube.
we've just got his word.
It's on the stream now.
I mean,
I'm
he says the
logged in.
bases are done.
They are done.
You've painted them brown and put some stone on them.
That's based.
I will give it to Mark. He's done the trims of the bases. There's texture on the base.
That's what we like to call the bare minimum.
What?
Yeah.
What? Hang on. Wait a minute. These are rank and file infantry units. You now want me to do a cinematic base for standard infantry?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm not doing it.
I do.
You can shove
Yeah,
it.
everyone else does. You're the only one who doesn't, Mark.
That's not true.
Exactly.
Shocking.
Oh, right. I've just realised how you guys are seeing the screen.
Jesus.
This is all planned, ladies and gentlemen.
Production values through the roof.
I like how it's like four people watching. It's just us watching each other.
It probably is, actually. Yeah.
Did it just go up by one? Because that would be me.
Oh, 5 people watching now. There we go.
Look at that. Although I'm not watching it.
Oh,
So...
4 people watching. Oh, you've lost one.
Oh well.
You lost one.
That was someone who joined accidentally.
Yeah, that was
What's this?
that was a big mistake.
What the cinnamon toast fuck is this?
What are these idiots talking about? Why has YouTube recommended this? Why has YouTube recommended this to me? I was looking for house prices.
How is a SWAT team not breaching these people's houses?
That could happen. I could add a bit of spice to this.
Also, if we're talking about like suppressive stuff, we were earlier. I was too busy trying to work YouTube to cut in with. We should have said bare necessities because I'm trying to get copyright strikes up the wazoo on this. So if we can get Disney lyric quotes in there, I think
no, you
we'll
have to
do it.
sing it. You can't. You can't
Oh,
that's why it picks up. It's the actual the musical part of it.
Well, if
Right.
you want to sing, you can.
I don't.
But then
At that point, I'm going to
you
leave
can
the stream.
sing so
So
much anyway, can't you?
yeah, I think you
Mark,
got
Mark's great at the karaoke's.
Finn, you can't bail on the stream. That's 20% of our viewership.
He's got a point.
25 now. 25 now.
So,
No.
oh no. That means one of you's left.
Oh yeah, I should it because I didn't see the point in keeping it open.
Well, I appreciate your
We
support.
just like, oh yeah, there's elves on the screen. There you go, more elves. There we
I'll,
go.
I've opened it up, so now I'm artificially inflating our viewership.
That's good. That'll work.
So, who else thinks elves suck?
Nobody.
Me.
Next topic.
Everybody. So, yeah, elves are the worst, aren't they?
They
Well,
are terrible.
The new elves
awful.
certainly are.
Elves were a mistake.
Yeah.
It's like the bitter losers there. I've been crushed
mean,
by
I
elves.
quite
at
like
some
the
point.
elves. I think in the current edition, well, previous edition of Warhammer, current one being some madness. I just feel that they were just a bit overpowered. I think a few of their rules needed toning back. But
Well,
otherwise, I think they're fine.
well, you're wrong, but you know, you can't choose deliberately to take an entirely goblin army and then complain about any of the army being overpowered or powerful.
Oh, look, I wasn't complaining that my goblins weren't winning. You know, like I fully expect every time I feel my entire goblin list to lose that game. So yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether it's better than goblins by 1 or 20. You're still going to lose. So what difference does it make?
It was entertaining watching your prince on the dragon get mauled to death by squigs, though. That was great.
Nah, that never happened.
Sounded like it did.
Well, look, when you take a prince on dragon for a nice list and then it gets cannoned, that's just not funny.
It's a little bit funny.
It's not.
Like watching a great phoenix get chipped to death by zombies.
Would never happen.
It did once. I mean, you still won because you always do. But
Well, you know,
I got to take that moment of pride home with me.
you're either a supreme military commander or you're not. It's...
Well, no. Effectively, the best I come with as a general is a grave robber who's good at not getting caught.
So, well, Ian's got a history with the undead. That's and
That's an ominous sentence.
and a
Look, less questions asked, the better.
yeah, all my champions can have scab scraff. What are you talking about?
If only.
Well, anyway, so I've achieved something and nobody else has.
Oh no, I achieved hobby stuff. I wasn't here for when that question was asked.
Therefore, it's not applied to you. You weren't in the last one, so it can't apply to you.
Oh well.
Better take your leave now then.
No, I need the viewers. Stay.
I was gonna reply. I was like, wait, no, this is live. He can't beat me out.
So, someone's got to deceive the algorithm. That's how it all. That's what it's all based on.
Yeah.
So, did anyone see the releases from earlier?
I saw some of them.
What's the general opinion?
It depends. Do you want to go through them one by one?
Well, I have cleverly lined this up to put some of the releases on the screen. Imagine such a thing.
So you've gone to the actual website and gone, this is what we're
Yeah.
Just scroll down to this and see what we're looking at.
Let's see, we got the nice little Warhammer community badge in the corner that I didn't paint
See
out.
that is, I will say, the Paragon Warsuit is one of the best 40k kits I've seen in a while, and I'm very excited to have a Sisters army. That is going to need at least 10 of those, probably, because they're amazing.
They are nice, I must admit. I like the design elements that they've included, which are like from the pennant engines with the bit at the top there. That's really nice.
Is the consensus that this is a hit then for GW?
I would say yes. I like that it's sort of like halfway between the double power armor of Centurions, but like the sort of power loader-esque aspects of the Nemesis Dread Knight.
Yeah.
I get strong Dread Knight vibes from this, but I don't get the whole baby carrier thing either. So
it looks like some armor as opposed to like
yeah. I feel the model looks better with the sister wearing a helmet, because the idea that you're wearing
double power armor.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, hey, I'm just gonna have my head exposed to it.
Again, though, it's models wearing armor helmets. It doesn't matter. This is heroic. This is the storyteller, and models look better without helmets on for like your heroes and your characters. So, I don't mind that at all.
The Deathwatch RP system actually accounted for that in the rules. If your sergeant didn't wear a helm, you obviously didn't have an armored noggin, but you got a bonus to fellowship and command tests, which were also based on fellowship for the noble aspect of not wearing your helm in a battle.
Yeah.
And also, you got to use your enhanced sensors better if you were a space wolf.
Right.
Have
kind of cool.
Have they suggested that anything about this background? Is she like a dreadnought equivalent with no body, or is it just you slot into this?
It looks like it's a suit. So it looks like you are in.
But it being called a warsuit. Holy crap! Someone made a comment.
I know.
Oh yes, algorithm, bring in. I'm one step closer to that cash.
It's only Dave.
I know, it's only Dave. Don't worry about
it. 7 watching now. Bloody hell!
Ratcheting up. we only count for 5 of them. That's great.
I'd be interested to see the lore behind it. Like how the Dread Knight was designed basically for Grey Knights to go toe-to-toe with greater demons without, chipping at their shins. I like the practical aspect of the Dread Knight, because there's a bit of a height disparity there. How can we level the playing field? And I wonder if it's something like that. Frankly, I don't care. It's a very good kit, and I will be getting some of them.
It could have done. I like that organy bit at the top, but it could have done more.
Well, that was the bit I was saying about the.
That's the armor
design elements from the pennant engine.
And the what's the other one? I should know. I just built 4.
Water factors.
Look at that.
Water factors.
The miniatures apothecary is in. He's I've watched his stuff, so there we go.
Is it a trade? Is it?
It is.
Watch my stuff, and you can watch. I'll watch yours.
Yeah, we're even now.
All right. Okay. There he goes away.
Yeah, there's the miniatures apothecary is left. It's much appreciated.
I'm talking about this. What do you think about it then, Mark? Because you clearly have some sort of opinion on it.
I don't know. I quite like the Sisters of Battle look, but I don't know. It's all right.
Succinct. brilliant.
I don't know. It's like that.
It's not Mechanicum and it's not Imperial Knights, so I don't really care.
And it's certainly not Salamanders either. So
Yeah,
That's some lukewarm bullshit I'm hearing here. Like, it's fucking tepid.
Your latest
it's all right.
hyperfixation army.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I quite like about this is that it very much does have the sisters aesthetic, but even though it's a robot, like as you look at, the Warsuit, as you look at the legs, it's still got like a feminine appearance to like the suit. So it's still very much kind of like Sisters of Battle.
Yeah.
Slightly disappointed that the suit itself doesn't actually have high heels, but otherwise, yeah,
That would be too much.
Yeah.
But
Actually, if it did have heels, I'd say I'd slip from it's all right to I like it. So
you can convert that on there if you really wanted to.
I mean, it could have high heels made out of like Chaos Space Marine helmets or something. You know, you could people do that kind of thing, right?
Or bolters.
It's,
Be a high heel bolter heel.
What, like Bayonetta?
I
Yeah.
was saying like a Bayonetta Warsuit.
There you go. There you go, GW. You missed a trick there.
It actually reminds me. I'm going to reveal some of my true nerd colours here. Of something from Bubblegum Crisis, 80s 90s anime. The characters in that wear hard suit, power armor, and the main character Pris, little Blade Runner nod, has an oversuit, which basically she has a bike, but the bike transforms into like an armor suit, which she can step inside of while inside her armor, and it gives me a lot of that vibe. And that thing does actually have high heels, weirdly. So, little tangential connection there.
Yeah. So the heels thing, that could be a slight amendment.
Yeah.
But I do like John's point that it follows like the lines of the Sabbath pattern power armor design. I'm just happy to see a new kit of Sisters, as in a new kit, not just
something entirely brand new, nothing done before. Yeah, no, I get it. Like some of the design elements, like they were mentioned on the stream, things like there's a lot of influence from the Imperial Knights, a bit of Mechanicum stuff in there as well. So
yeah, I'm getting the Knight vibe from the pauldrons, especially.
Yeah,
the upper body.
I think Dave on the chat says he's just feeling a bit nonplussed, but I have a feeling this is a unit of 3 of them. So I reckon when you see them in multiples rather than just one by itself, it'll be a lot more impressive.
Someone was also saying like the shoulders are too high, but I don't know.
I like that it sort of disrupts the human form a bit. Yeah. But you know that's gonna be a matter of taste.
Yeah, of course it is.
But it's gonna be like with any kit they come out with, I would think.
I take it, Adam, you'll be buying some of these then, as you have a secret Sisters army.
as many as I can afford, which is 0. But I can commit crimes.
Why don't you just say you'll paint one for someone and then not give it back, or say, "Oh, it got lost in the post." By the way, you can use Adam's painting service
if you want to have your property stolen.
For all trustworthy.
If you want to lose your minis, send them to this address.
You want to roll that dice on not getting it back.
You might, though. Waggly eyebrows?
Yeah. You send Touty, you'll no doubt get it back.
If you send Tout to me, they'll get back ashes.
Nobody wants Tout.
Nobody. Not me.
So, that's not a good advert for a business.
It's not, no. But, yeah, no, wait, the other thing. I like Tau players. They're cool and handsome, and they're good people who I want the custom of. Thank you.
The 5 Tau players aren't listening to this, so you're all right.
Not cool enough.
Well, not after hours, and where you're like, Tau suck, I hate them. Anyone who plays Tau should die in a fire. Like, well, that's a bit brutal there, Mark. Why would you say something?
I never said I hate them. I said I hate the army they play. That's very different.
That's insulting them.
Now, next is this kill team thing, and I've just noticed at the top it says, "What's in the box?" Is that a 7 reference?
I don't think so.
I think it's actually just saying what is in the box.
Have I read too much into this?
I think you might have read too much into that, yeah.
I'm with Mark on this one.
What's in the box?
There's definitely a severed head in there somewhere.
Well, there are flavors in this, so maybe it is.
They are gorgeous. Actually, everything in this kit's nice, and I don't collect either army. But there you go.
I will come out immediately and say the terrain looks crap in my opinion.
I just noticed the terrain. Never mind.
When you compare it to the original Kill Team box, which first came out with like all the ruins, I think it was like the Basilicum stuff. I thought that stuff was great. This, like when you look at the terrain, it doesn't look that engaging to me. It should be like buildings, not just like a door and like a little.
But
what are those?
It's Necron. Well, I don't know what they are.
It's one of those things where with Kill Team they do like a lot of like focused indoor stuff.
Yeah.
So doing doors and barricades, walls, Necron gubbins is not too much of an issue. And for something that, like, again, this box will be 4 plastic kits, so they needed something else to put it in. So I don't really have an issue with it.
I will.
It's getting the thumbs up from Miniatures Apothecary here. Do you mean?
I've seen that.
Do you mean this one or the Sisters one? I'll come back to that. How much is this likely to cost? Is the price being confirmed? I'm going to estimate £1,000.
We've not had anything yet, but the thing with the Kill Team is that it tends to be reasonable. So, like the last Kill Team box was what, 60 quid, 50 quid, and then you got a load of stuff in there.
Did you get the scenery in the last one though?
I think you did. Yeah.
You got effectively like some of the city stuff in there for Kill Team. It was ridiculous.
You've got to think it's only 12 models, and obviously a load of terrain. But the idea with it is to get people interested in the hobby. Like these little boxes now, especially the Kill Team ones, which is, let's be honest, an easier system to play than the full-fledged 40k rules. Yeah, it's just ideal for people to get into it, isn't it?
This is how it got me on Thousand Suns, because I thought, I'll buy Thousand Suns Kill Team army, and now I've got 2,000 points of them. How did that happen?
So I think the interesting thing about this is it's like the Pariah Nexus expansion. It's not a full kit, so it's not a starter set or anything like that. It's an expansion to actually Kill Team. So it's interesting to see how they've done that, focusing on the different Warzone areas that they've doing. I think like the next one is the Chogora system or something, the one with the Death Guard.
Oh,
so there'll probably be something like an expansion for that as well in the future, but I couldn't tell you when. But Kill Team's it's a fun game.
Yeah, I like Kill Team.
I like Kill Team.
It's like Dave here is saying, it is a contained, cheap way to get in. However, like all gateway drugs, it just leads on to massive expense. So
I think Mark, you were there when I decided to go absolutely balls deep on Kill Team.
You did,
yeah. I've got great use out of all of the different sets I picked up.
How many games did you play?
I've played precisely one game of Kill Team since that day.
Wait, I think I was there for that. That was when you bought an ill-advised number of boxes at Nottingham, wasn't it?
No, this is a different time.
No,
it's a different time.
No, you have to narrow down the amount of times we've bought vast quantities of stuff and never used it. It's not just a one-off event.
No, I've got this pile of shame that just goes on and on at this point. But
yours frightens me. Like by proxy, I'm afraid of your shelves of stuff.
Don't look under the bed.
Jesus, it's worse than I thought.
Keep it light, please. Keep it light. We're not into other hobbies. This is purely plastic crap.
I won't mention the crispy socks then.
Moving swiftly on.
I've got a pic. Unfortunately, I've got a picture of that for me next. Top
good.
I'd like the audience to know I'm the one who didn't go. And yes, that implies a lot about me, and I don't care.
I promise I'll get.
But anyway,
I might not have admitted it on a video that's going to be on the internet, to be fair.
Yeah, but only 3 people are watching it. So
well, yeah, but you regularly get people watching this back, to be fair. So
things like going back to the miniatures.
please do.
The marine stuff's beautiful, and obviously they've previewed them in the past, like a couple of months ago. And things like the heavy, a lot of people have been waiting for the heavy intercessors.
Can I just interject on your bringing up of the Marines here? When you said you didn't like the love that Ultramarines got, I didn't really give a toss about that until I now like Salamanders, and it's annoying me that all the paint jobs are Ultramarines.
Yep. Because, like, again, I get it. I totally understand why they do it. They need the poster child Space Marines. The way they turn around and go, "This is a Space Marine. This is what they do," etc., etc. So I get why, but it's just annoying that it's always Ultramarines and they're so smug about it.
But I've never paid any attention to it until this week, and now it's like, why is this blue? Why is this not green?
Well, I'm gonna hit you with some knowledge here, Fen. Did you know that you can look at it, right, and imagine with your mind
No.
that the blue is green?
Well, but I can imagine it's anything. I can imagine it's actually a knight, not a Space
That's
Marine.
the power of imagination.
But it's boring. It's the bland Marines. Oh, it's an Ultramarine. Great. Why isn't it a salamander with a massive flamer? They're much more interesting.
So you're not leading into this new army with your usual fanaticism, I see.
Absolutely not.
I will say that I might go halvesies with a mate of mine on this because he has Necrons, and I think I could probably, with a knife and a lot of time, make a really nice little unit of Chosen out of the heavy intercessors because they're slightly bigger than regular Chaos Marines, and Chosen don't actually have a kit.
Those heavy intercessors are massive.
Yeah.
If they're anything like the size of the Eradicators, which they will be, because it's the Gravis army. Yeah.
Oh, right. No, they'll make excellent Chosen in that case.
I was going to say, those bases are 40 mil bases, so they're, they're absolutely massive models.
I've just acquired some Primaris off someone who doesn't want to appear on this. I didn't realize how big they were. So
massive.
Are these even bigger again?
Chunkier.
Ooh.
So, have you put some Eradicators together yet, Mark?
No, not yet. I haven't picked them up yet. So, but I have got some odds and ends that people have just given me or sold me at a very low rate. So, I have got stuff to do. I didn't realize how big they actually are. So, is this a Primaris captain then that's in here?
Mm-hmm. Because he's wearing the bigger Gravis armor. He's a big chunky boy as well.
I like the look of that. Actually, I would get this if somebody wants to go halves with, because I don't want the Necrons.
I think you'll find probably most of us here don't want the Necrons.
And yet, those Necron Flayed One models are really cool.
They are nice, but
it's a Chronomancer. What's?
Yeah, I like the redesign of the Necron stuff. Dave has just been fantastic. I absolutely loving the redesign with the whole cosmic horror vibe that they get from them.
I like the new look, and I like the look a bit more rustier. Rather than just like pristine metal.
Like all the armor's been like battered and beaten as well. So.
It like they have been buried for tens of thousands of years.
Yeah.
And I like the War of the Worlds thing. The
Warfare. The Canoptek sprite. No, the Canoptek Reanimator and is it Canoptek Annihilator or Obliterator? Destroyer could be
something like that. The big walking
Death Ray legs.
Yeah. I really like that. So I don't hate. They're not the Tau. I don't hate them. I just don't want to collect them. But I do like their look.
I've been really enjoying painting them because my big recurring commission is a friend's Necron army, so I've come to have a new appreciation for the kits because I've been working with them a lot, and I really enjoyed building the Canoptek Reanimator. That's a very nice but simple kit.
Such an easy kit to put together, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's nice.
Really, really nice, and just like nothing to it, but really, really nice to put together and paint.
Are they all going to be? Yes. Are they all snap fit, or have they moved on?
Those ones are. Those ones are like the Reanimator is a push fit model.
Yeah.
Obviously, you would glue them, but
I kind of like the implication with the snap fits is if you were, say, traveling, you could theoretically paint models to be snap fit and then like flat pack them for transport. I don't know if people actually do that, but it's an interesting new option we didn't have before.
You could, like, again, you spend time painting them and doing them up, and I'd still put them in like a proper carry case.
What I would do is put them in a big carrier bag.
I was just about to say, would you put them in a big plastic bag and pile them up to a big thing?
No, but somebody I played at a tournament did that.
I know. I've seen that too.
So next, and I'm gonna have to nip out for 1 minute. But I'll put
What?
I'll put
I
the
don't.
next
This
thing
is
on.
the sodding host. This is
You're the
ridiculous.
host?
Talk amongst yourselves. This is the one that Vince was all on about, so he can take the lead on this one. I'll be right back.
The Warmaster Titan.
That's
is it
the
me
one.
big fiery Titan? Yeah, I'm not interested because it's not the Imperator.
Imperator.
Yeah, so.
Why is it not the Imperator? That's what was my first question in my brain. I mean,
I get it because I think what they're going to do, and we were discussing it earlier, I think what they're going to do is they're going to build a kit or they're going to have an option that'll change this into an Imperator. Yeah. That seems to be what they're doing these days.
Yeah, so like having the actual, like I was saying, having the actual city section of the Imperator fit on top.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, as I look at it, yeah, I can see what you guys mean. I'm not sure about double plasma. That seems like a
quadruple plasma.
What you know what I mean? Like as in plasma battery and plasma battery. It just seemed I never liked matched Titan weapons.
No. Well,
I always like the idea of them being like, having an anti regular dude and anti Titan gun or something like that.
Well, again, this is literally the first time we've seen it, so there might be other options in the kit. So
true.
So it's still early days yet.
If this one does have an upgrade or like a side kit to become an Imperator, I fully expected that to be like a Forge World line.
Like I can see them doing an extra sprue for it though, like an extra plastic sprue.
I'd be disappointed if they didn't do the full Imperator model though.
Yeah, you could because the Imperator is supposed to be like the biggest thing they ever made, so it might be that they might do a separate model for that, make it even bigger than this.
Thanks, Miniatures Apothecary. Thank you for. We're even now. We're even.
Never to be seen again.
Thumbs down. Dislike. Do not recommend.
So I'm looking at this. I've noticed a thing, and they seem to have buggered up by calling it the Warmaster. In my opinion, because if you look at the Titan range, it goes Warhound, Reaver, Warlord, Warmaster. Like one of these things is not like the other.
It's because the Imperator will go between the Warlord and the Warmaster.
Right.
Because I think
everything is the war prefix.
Yeah, I think I said this earlier when we were watching it live. I think the Warmaster in the lore was just another version of the Imperator chassis, but with different weapon options.
It was like an Imperator variant, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, that's the Warmonger. That's
it's Warmonger.
That's the one that had the missile battery and the anti-air batteries.
Right.
It doesn't have like a command either, does it? It's a lot less.
Well, I mean, this has got missile batteries and anti-air batteries.
It does have those, yes.
Maybe the one that didn't get away from the Monger word.
Yeah.
Warmonger. I don't know.
I don't know. When it comes to this kind of thing, when you say Warmaster, I just immediately think Horus. So,
but yeah, wasn't there a whole thing of that title was largely not used in the Imperium after that whole thing?
Well, this is set in the Horus Heresy, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So this
of course it is.
Titanicus is Heresy era. So,
because that's the only way they could justify having Hods of Titans.
Yeah.
By putting it in the time when there was Hods of Titans.
I like that because I didn't realize they'd kept that. I haven't played the new version of Titanicus, but I do have the original. I didn't realize they'd kept that aspect. That's kind of cool.
So, I think we've played a couple of games.
I like Titanicus.
I like Titanicus.
But again, it's one of those games where you don't. The best way to play it is to have only a few models because obviously you've got like all your terminals which you need to keep track of as well.
That's why the only way to play is 2 warlords and hope for the best. That's my tactical genius there.
I mean, you'll not last long.
It doesn't matter. At least half the games I've played, my warlord has either died and fell into the enemy warlord and blown both up, or that's happened in reverse. So
right.
It's fantastic. So this is bigger than a warlord then?
Yes.
Significantly so, yes.
Yeah.
So Vince, do you think the stick the panels on first technique would work for this as well, or not?
I haven't put the panels on.
Who did?
Not on the warlords.
All right. Okay.
The warlords don't have the panels on.
All right.
The warhounds do.
All right. Okay.
And the Reaver seemingly does, although I don't remember putting the panels on the Reaver either. I'm sure the warhounds you can't leave the panels off, but I could be mistaken. It's been a while since I've seen them, to be fair.
No one's pointing fingers or casting aspersions.
No. If he's going to paint them for free, I'm not going to complain.
Oh, there we go. It's confirmed. Panels
That's
are
if he
on.
paints them, though.
You can't blame David for not painting your models. Or is that to me that seems straightforward. You can't blame someone else for not painting your models.
He sprayed them silver from what I saw the other day. But
You do that.
I'm sure. Can you leave the panels off the warhounds? I can't remember. If you can, then I apologise.
You can.
I
Yeah.
thought you couldn't leave them off.
No, you can.
But
You can.
that
paint-
was probably me thinking, well, I'm going to paint these, so I'm not bothered about the panels being on. And then obviously David, bless him, was like, I'll paint them for you if you want. I was like any normal human being would. I just went, all righty then.
Just lash it on, as Jervis Johnson always used to say.
Flash it on.
Well, that's why they spent 4 years of Duncan telling us all to do 2 thin coats to get away from the lash it on technique.
And then brought out contrast paint.
You fix the legs on the warlords, what? How were they broken?
I like how we're all silent, waiting for him to type how they were
Yeah,
broken.
David to type a message.
That's what people have paid to see.
I'll fill that gap with. I was just thinking, looking at this, there's like some metalwork on it, and are you guys seen that? What's their name? Is it Green Stuff Gaming?
Green Stuff World.
Green Stuff World. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
They've just released a really quite effective chrome finish paint, and I wonder if that would look. Yeah, look really good on like piston work on something like this. Because, like, you know, obviously in past, a friend of mine wanted to, a different friend who plays Necrons, wanted to do them out in chrome, and we tried with various spray paints that were available on the market at the time, and you just couldn't get that actual mirror effect. Because we thought that would look amazing on a monolith, which it would if you could pull it off, but the best we could get is just a quite bright silver. So, like, I might be looking into that for, like, because I've got sentinels and the like in my guard army.
You're
It'd be nice to have them.
You're going to go off-brand. You know, not to sit in
Off-piste.
Yeah.
I was about to say, are we allowed to talk about Green Stuff World when we're on this preview? Are we going to get a cease and desist from Games Workshop at this point?
Well, I'm not actually contracted to Games Workshop yet.
You're not affiliated.
No, they
Andy Chambers
We'll
himself
work on
will
it.
teleport behind you with a katana.
You told me you were affiliated with Games Workshop. You said
Oh no, he's a liar.
you said you had a partnership with them.
That was a lie. The checks haven't. I mean, I keep ringing them up saying, "Look, I'm touting your stuff. Where is my money?" And they say, "I've never heard of you." So,
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. But back to someone was saying about this aesthetic of the head in the middle of the chest thing.
That's as old as dirt in GW,
That's-
surely.
Do you remember Decap Attack, the Sega Mega
Yes.
Drive game? He looks.
Chuck D head.
Yeah, he looks a bit like that, doesn't he?
He does a bit. That's ruined that for me.
Yeah.
Well done.
Is this building up the Imperator though? Because this is like you size this up a bit more and you stick a cathedral on the top, and then that's an Imperator.
Well, that's one of the things that I said before you left.
Oh right, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, repeating,
I was like-
repeating ground here.
You know, no doubt do a kit where you put the city bit on the back of it.
Yeah.
Like I can see them doing that for this. Maybe he's changed the front torso a bit. Like there'll be another sprue or something.
I do like
I
that
think-
segmented plate at the front though. I like that look.
Yeah. Yeah, looking at the kit, like, you know where those 2 shields drop down from the upper front pauldrons? That's where the flying, like, under buttresses of the bastion for the Imperator would sit, roughly. So I wonder if that's, like...
Right.
See, those that I can't indicate on the screen, obviously, but under that, there's, like, that silver cap thing.
If you point with your finger, we all know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, you can see where I'm pointing. I've moved my mouse pointer.
None
to
of
that
this is
silver cap
showable.
thing. under the dangly. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. That looks like that could be an anchor point for the bottom tip of the buttress thing, just from a. Yeah.
Where? Where are we talking
Right.
about?
We'll do it
Right.
on the
Look
next
at
stream.
the front plate. at the top, the red plates. There's the hanging shields off those. Just behind that, there's like a metal cap piece thing. And I would wonder if that would be an ideal anchor point for like the buttressing.
True.
I like the legs as well. They look. They look.
Oh yes,
business.
I forgot about that, David. Sorry, I forgot I didn't glue the legs. Whoops. My bad.
Did you do any of it?
Yeah. I can't remember why I did it, but I remember now that David's mentioned it that I forgot to glue the leg joints.
Well, there's an ambition for next year.
I can't think why.
Or the year after.
What the stupid reason was in my head for.
I genuinely don't know. I don't understand why you would do that.
I don't. Neither do I. I'm trying to think now. You know when you're trying to think to yourself, why did I do that?
Yeah.
So
Did you lick a passing toad?
Possibly.
That would explain it.
Yeah. That
So,
might have been it.
Anyway, I think this is a positive model. I quite like it.
It's a beautiful model.
Yeah.
It's a really nice model.
But I like more what it hints at, because I don't. You know, you were saying it could be the Imperator based on the legs. I don't think they would. I think that would be by itself release. I think they would hype that up quite a lot. I don't.
Yeah, it would have to change out.
They'd have to change a lot of it, I think, because
there's no bastions on the leg, is there?
Yeah, because the legs were bastions, and obviously the top of it was a cityscape. Unless they suddenly decide that they're going to just totally change their mind about what the Imperator looks like now, which, let's be honest, is possible. It's happened before.
But it's trying to bring the Imperator into the new design elements.
Yeah.
So things like where they've got the knee guns there makes absolute sense. So
no groin cannon.
That you need a groin cannon, otherwise it's not an Imperator. That's
the famous groin gun.
That's the defining characteristic of Imperators. Right. So what was next?
You've never heard, Mark, the level of disappointment when we were sat watching it earlier, and they were like, "This is it. This is the Imperator." Blah blah blah. And then they put that picture on the screen, and I just went, "Well, that's not what I wanted."
I'm taking me ball in now. That's not what I wanted.
If anyone's wondering why I just snorted, the image of the next thing just loaded.
Yeah. What is this?
This is the true high elven form. When I think of high elves, I think of foxes riding in vortexes with bows. That's immediately what happens.
That appears to be the spare bolts from the repeater bolt thrower kit from Warhammer Fantasy Battle grafted onto his back there. No, David, you're wrong.
You're incorrect.
I don't mind it. Like all the new stuff for the Lumineth, I don't mind. I was really when they first were released and they got that, I was like, oh, it's spearmen, archers, and cavalry. I was like, that's a bit dull. Age of Sigmar was about the weird shit, and I love the weird shit.
I like what they've done with the arrow, and I like how they've made it look like it's clearly in motion. Do you know what I mean? I like the fact that they've made it look like it's actually doing something. I get the same feeling from it as a hobbyist as I did with the Catan model from years ago, and I feel like a single slight backhand, and that's going to end up in a million.
Yeah, that's going to be obliterated.
Again, the way they're designed now is I reckon that's a really solid model.
Yeah, I've got no doubt it will be, but that's what worries.
Do you remember is it the Yanari or something from?
Yeah,
the
Avatar of Iniad.
Yeah, it's like it's been supported by this Soulstorm thing, so it's sort of more of a refinement of that. But
again, I genuinely don't mind it. Again, this like when I say when Lumineth released, I was like, these are dull. These are a bit. Oh, they're bog standard elves. They're bog standard elves with bows. They're bog standard elves on horses. I was like, that's not what Age of Sigmar is about.
I've got it's not my game. I'm not interested really.
You've mentioned this many times.
Yeah. But for me, it's like if you've moved out of a house and then 10 years later you say, oh, I wonder what my old house is like, and it's now a crack den. That's what the high elves are like for me. I don't live there anymore, but what the hell has happened here?
Yeah, I might be in that camp.
Like, the big thing for me is they're not high elves.
That's true.
They're not high elves. This is the
They
Lumineth
are
Realm
not.
Lords.
Echo and the Bunny Man here.
That is a fair point, David. It's not. I don't think it's a bad model. I just can't. It's like the whole game of Age of Sigmar. There is a switch in my head that I can't turn off. Like, I don't like it. Whatever it is, it's Age of Sigmar, so I don't like it. So I'm not the most impartial of judge.
I was going to say,
really.
you're automatically biased against it anyway.
That's true. I'm openly biased against it. But it's quite an impressive sculpt in itself. But I don't like it.
It's nice, and it's lovely in terms of what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like again, I love Age of Sigmar when it goes to the weird stuff. So things like the what are the sky pirate dwarves called again? God damn it!
The Caradon Overlords.
The Caradrons, yes, Caradrons are fantastic.
The Not Squats.
They're not Caradrons.
I'm saying the Not Squats.
Exactly, the Caradrons.
That's my nickname for them in my head. We're not doing squats, but we will do them in fantasy.
Caradron Overlords, they're great. Like, things like that are fantastic. The Idoneth Deepkin as well, that's a great concept. Fantastic. Riding on the ethereal seas with crazy sharks and eels and stuff. This is brilliant. So I love the weird stuff in Age of Sigmar, and this is right down that alley.
All right, okay. That's fine.
What I will say about Age of Sigmar, and I made my piece a while ago, like they killed Warhammer Fantasy for this, so I was a bit salty about it for a long time, very much like Finn. But I made my piece to it a little while ago, and what I find is in Age of Sigmar, the designers, like the sculptors, they seem to have a lot more imagination and freedom to do whatever they want, because it's still a relatively a new kind of universe for them.
But at the same time, they still stick to the same design elements for the armies. So they've still got like all the gems and all the sort of the intricate designed armor on there.
This is better than the Techless model. I'll give it that.
I don't like the Techless model. I think that one's a bit weird.
MC Hammer
I like
Techless.
weird, but that's just a bit too much weird for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, whatever.
So yeah. Like again, though, going back to that, the creative aspect of Age of Sigmar is fantastic, and that's the best thing about it. It's an open sandbox to do whatever you want in it.
I'm actually I can't zoom this in. I'm trying to get a good look at this guy's. Is that a mask or is that his face?
No, it's a mask of some description.
It's really giving off a sort of Japanese folklore vibe.
Yeah.
Kitsune, fox spirits and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Fox spirits?
No, sorry, I'm looking at what David was saying. Sorry, in the chat.
Right.
Reminds me of the Ind concept.
It's a kingdom in the old world. Kingdom of Ind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but it is sort of like it's got that sort of aspect of a djinn about it. So that's not super surprising.
But where are they going with this? I mean, the spearmen and cavalry forces, are they just going to be sidelined and all this crazy crap's going to take the fall? I don't know.
It feels
Doesn't
weird.
matter, you don't play Age of Sigmar?
That's true. Who cares? It doesn't affect me at all.
But no, again, character models like that, I don't mind it.
That's all right.
I can't wait for the Free Guild to come back with laser halberdiers.
It's probably coming. Laser fusils. The next one is probably my favourite of all this.
It's just the diachasm stuff.
It's the Witch Hunter.
Oh yes,
Missing
that's
out
a
the
very nice
vampires.
model.
Oh,
You've missed out an entire section.
have I?
Yeah,
Right, you talk about this, and I will hastily find some pictures.
I really like that he has a gun with what looks like an underbarrel stake launcher.
Yep, that's exactly what that is.
This is what they used to use before the noob tube was invented on the M16.
But no, like an absolutely stunning model.
Yeah,
And,
I want this.
like on the stream, they were talking about like the actual stakes as well. They were saying in these background, the stakes are made from the realm of fire. like trees from the realm of fire. So when they stake a vampire, it instantly sets it on fire.
Well, that'll do it, won't it?
I was like, that's pretty great. But about the Warhammer Quest game, I was looking into the website. There's going to be 8 heroes, a bit like the Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. So this is just one of those heroes. And
Nice.
that Witch Hunter is like one of the nicest models I've seen ever, and I really just want to paint him up because he's fantastic.
Is this set in AOS land, or is it?
It is set in AOS land.
But you can just pretend it's not if
Okay,
you
so-
don't want it to be.
But won't
Yeah, if you want to pretend it's Mordheim, I imagine you'll be like, it's Mordheim.
that'd be great for Mordheim. But I take it that this is a different scale then.
I don't think so. I think that's a 32mm base.
I mean, I couldn't use this as a Witch Hunter for my Empire army because.
No, you could. You just rebase it. I use my own Banshees in my Fantasy Undead army as just regular Banshees because I like the models.
But would he not be like 9 foot tall, or is? Compared
No,
to
I don't believe they're any taller.
Again, you want your characters to stand out anyway, don't you?
Yeah, true, I suppose. Yeah, because if you look for the old resin ones, it's like 120 quid. Like, I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
I love that. That model's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just ridiculously good.
Has anyone played the Blackstone Fortress?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's great.
It's
So
really good.
I've got it, and I think it's fantastic. And the idea of basically a
Doing
fantasy setting one
version of this, that would be
is because the previous Warhammer Quest they had was like the Silver Tower.
Yeah.
I believe like the models in that were fantastic as well. So, but these ones from the 2 that they previewed is this one and the bad guy who's like a.
It's a very sort of like it's that creepy, dark, grimdark thing which
Yes.
Age of Sigmar sort of missing, and it sort of like brings back like all those really nice design aesthetics and really nice feeling that you get from the old fantasy stuff, like Mordheim and stuff. So.
Whoops. Did that come through?
So I would definitely be getting the new Warhammer Quest when that's released. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I better start saving because it's probably going to be like 120 or something normally, isn't it?
Well, the last Blackstone Fortress was 95, but I imagine they'll put it up to about 120.
Didn't you win Blackstone Fortress with the not Man of Iron, and therefore potentially doomed the galaxy to another?
Yes, I got to the end and got the bounty or whatever the win at the end, which made him invincible and made him immortal. So I got the Man of Iron who was immortal.
That's not good news for humans.
He's got the Imperial Crest on. He must be good, right?
Exactly. He's Mechanicum. Shut up.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Keep it going because I can't find pictures of this vampire release.
It's just above the
Blood Courts.
the Court of the Crimson King, or the
That's
Court
it.
of the Crimson, or whatever it was.
It's on the community site.
Crimson Court, yeah. So it's just below the Daughters of Cain stuff, where you've got the Blood Snake, and just
Blood
above
Snake.
the city.
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, this is just us trying to find the picture. Very good gripping viewing.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, it's best. We'll do it live. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's not a downloadable picture. It's a banner of some description.
Oh, bloody hell.
Right click,
I am right clicking.
save as.
Right click harder.
For all tech support, come to Splitfire Gaming. It's not working.
He shared them on. Oh, right. David's telling you where to get them.
Oh right,
The
that's
chat is solving this.
That's
'Cause
good.
he's
Yeah,
Oh,
better than you.
yeah. This is all
I mean, you've
hobby interaction.
no, but let's talk about that vampire hunter. The witch hunter.
To
Very
recap,
nice.
well,
he's here.
to
foreseeable.
cover up the lack of planning. To recap,
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't show the other one off as well, which was the crazy like grave digger guy with a massive shovel axe.
Oh, the bad guy.
And
Yeah.
there's The zombie he's unearthed peeking out. I like that.
There's just loads of stuff on that model, which is fantastic. He's got 2 meat hooks. He's got one in his hand and one on his belt, just in case he loses it. He's got the hangman's noose on his belt as well, and then the stuff that, like, the crown mask thing he's got is made out of bones. I was like, that's amazing.
Thanks for joining and listening to this nonsense. That's Dave.
Always Dave, see you there, bud.
Mark, check your Discord. I've just sent you direct links for those images.
Awesome.
But I do like. We're looking at this guy as well. The witch hunter. He's just like festooned with weapons as well. He's got that.
He's got
it. He's got the sword. He's got a dagger.
He's like Blade.
Oh. Picture. There you go.
Right.
We'll get rid of the other one.
Hang on. Seamless. Right. There we go.
All of those vampire models are amazing.
Yeah. The only one I'm not too bothered about was the one with the wings, but
it's the one I'm least bothered about, but it's still excellent.
It's still a nice model, but the Prince, what's his face in the red armor, doing his best Vlad von Karstein impression.
That would actually make a really good Vlad model. If you,
that is a way better Vlad von Karstein than the original.
If you, in fact, using the female one, you've got a Vlad and Isabella replacement for your army if you want that.
Exactly.
A little bit of cutting here and there, and I think you could turn that one, the female vampire, into a Conrad as well if you wanted to.
Oh yeah. Actually, looking at them, are they meant to be Vlad, Isabella, and Manfred, the first 3?
No, they're not. Like, they did go into the stream on this, and they were just like, they've been heavily influenced by a lot of the different things. So you've got like a lot of Blood Dragon influence. You've got a lot of Von Karstein influence. You've got a lot of Lamian influence. So,
but I'm not the only one seeing Vlad, Isabella, and Manfred there.
No, not at all.
No, that one with the 2-handed mace, he basically is Manfred, looking at his face and his armor. To be honest,
I like that mace one. He's very well done the most.
Called the Enforcer, I believe his name was. So
is this the same from that Witch Hunter game then? Is this
no? This is the Underworld stuff that they do.
Right.
The card game hybrid thing that they do.
Team in Age of Sigmar in it, kind of thing.
I've never played that, but I like the models.
I'll probably be getting these because there's not a great choice with vampires on foot models available to your Legacy Undead players yet.
So, but no, like those are some of the nicest. The great thing about the the Underworld stuff is they will take a faction and they will explore it and give it like the design elements which make that faction, and they will go to town. So they previewed one of the Chaos Warriors one, like at New Year or Christmas, one of them, and they were like, that is the Chaos Warriors. They are definitely the best Chaos Warriors I've ever seen. And I think they've done that here with the vampires as well, and they're just amazing models.
I will say that Winged Vampire Lord is way better than the previous Winged Vampire Lord.
You mean the one who looks like he's sniffing his armpit?
Yeah, it's not a bad sculpt. It's just a garbage model. It's so weird to see something that's technically excellent, but still somehow really awful.
Yeah, like I was never a big fan of that model.
No,
I get it. I think because it didn't rank up very well.
Oh no,
it was awful to rank up with, and then he had one wing arm.
Yeah,
as opposed, and it wasn't the best. So.
And the pit sniffing pose, as John wisely pointed out. Yeah. Also, we got the Necromancer for a bit, but then he left.
Oh well, there's a time to bring that back in. Very nicely segued. It's getting better, except it's not because I can't click on the bit to remove it. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Merciful Satan, Mark. What are you playing?
We're doing it live. It's all good. You never know. It's seamless.
Yeah, he'd make a very good Master Necromancer model for me. I'll be having him and all.
Yeah, he's nice.
His model's amazing in so many different ways.
Yeah.
I thought he had just a basic wizard stuff, and then I noticed it was a shovel, and I like it a lot more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great.
A bladed shovel, and in his other hand, he's got a hook, and he seems to be unearthing or pulling up a coffin, and there's a zombie rising out of it. It's just amazing stuff.
This is very nice.
Yeah, it's definitely very much Silent Hill inspired. As
David absolutely
point out there, which I think is
great. Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much getting that, especially the movie version of him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is this for that Underworld game as well, then?
No, this is the Warhammer Quest one.
Oh, right.
So he's one of the enemy lords, I believe. So, what was he called? Gorslav the Gravekeeper.
I also like the two. I'm not sure what they are, but the bits that are sticking from his shoulder blades, then penetrating out of his chest.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. They almost look like iron railings.
Yeah, it's like from a graveyard.
From a cemetery, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look, I mean, that one actually looks bladed. I was thinking, did a witch hunter try and fail to shank him?
Possibly.
Possibly. But now I'm seeing the cemetery railing thing as well. So that's intriguing either way. A lot of body horror going on there.
It's a lovely mod. I'm glad that Games Workshop have moved on a lot further than they used to in terms of the way the models are designed with all the 3D modeling and everything now, because you're getting some fantastic models with so much detail on them.
There's a thing though, wasn't it? Because when they started going mad with the computer assisted design, people were saying you're actually adding too much detail on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I don't think there's too much going on here.
Too much detail is people who can't paint it.
Well, that's part of the problem. People are saying there's too much paint. But I don't think this is too much detail. I think this is.
You say that, but when you start looking into it and you realise that like things like, first of all, the scar on his right hand, on the right hand side of his chest, the extra hand that he's got on his belt there, the shovel weapon is splintered down the bottom. It's being pulled together. It's stuff like that.
Or like things like just like the detail of the tendon standing out on his neck, and the fact his teeth are uneven.
Yeah. So there's a lot of design there, which is very, very detailed.
It's like I've recently, as Finn mentioned, I have my Secret Sisters army. And I know they're not as new as this, but they're still very new. And just the level of detail and options in that kit is insane. Like, it's things that you couldn't have pulled off a decade ago. Things like there's a sister model who's biting the pin out of a grenade. And there's the one with the hot open visor sabot helm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't imagine a kit like that existing 10 years ago. They were a joy to build in every way. Just the level of consideration and design that goes into them. I know they're not as dynamic and multi-pose as things used to be, but I consider that a fine sacrifice for the quality. Yeah,
I think they went mad with multi-pose as well. Like, you don't need to be able to pose a model in like a line model in every different way. If
you think about like your standard guardsman, does a standard guardsman need legs and a torso separate?
No.
What he needs is a brand new plastic kit, because that one's been around since the 90s.
Don't say that. I mean, I really would like new guardsmen, but at the same time, I've already painted enough guardsmen.
Well, they all have to go in the bin, and you have to get the new Mordian Iron Guard. If you're listening, GW, that's what everybody wants.
Oh no!
Can you imagine if that's what you had to do every time there was a new release?
You can't legally use these anymore.
Just burn everything, put it all in the bin.
I don't think that they probably don't do that because they know they don't have to. People will do that anyway. I need the new thing. I'm not using the old stuff.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I've just noticed, is that his hand on his belt?
It's someone's hand.
He's missing missing a hand. Is that his?
It's definitely a spare one.
It's not missing.
No, he's got two hands. One of his hands is holding like a claw.
Yeah.
I thought that was instead of his.
No.
No.
Right.
Proper like
meat hook holding up that coffin lid.
But I like this model in that it just screams like unnatural and evil at you. And
you know that's a bad guy.
He's one of the baddies, you know. He's not just shambling.
You're not gonna go and ask him for some help for.
Unless you play Dark Souls, I I get Dark Souls vibes off this guy.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think that'll be very sort of like the design inspiration for this new Warhammer Quest will be there as well, which is awesome.
I've noticed that in a few third-party companies, there's a lot of Dark Souls type aesthetic, especially stuff like the imagery from the Undead Settlement in 3. I'm seeing a lot of that in sculpts of like cult models and evil aligned mage stuff. So I'd be interested to see if GW picks up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Or picks up on it more, apparently, looking at this model.
Yeah.
This is just everything about it. Like, even his helmet is what, like 4 or 5 bones fused together with some eye holes that drilled into it.
Bones.
I've just realised, the 2 iron spike things, they go straight through him. There's a I didn't realise that was part of like that. That's amazing.
Yeah, they pierce out of his chest.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks very evil, but he also looks like he's having a good time.
I'm gonna say, based on the holes in him and the fact he's been impaled twice and is still up and about, could be a lich. Could be a lich.
Yeah, he needs to get himself to the hospital if he's not. Well, the next release is this one. Or is it? Or is this a joke?
I thought that was it.
Conrad Von Kunst.
Pretty much everything there.
Master Sculpt.
Yeah. Drinking that blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 vampire.
That was one of my favourite models.
My coke is made of bats. What?
I remember seeing him in a blister pack in one of the Games Workshop stores when they actually sold Finecast in the actual store. And those 2 swords in Finecast are just like noodles. They're all over the place. Horrible.
So the disaster for Finecast.
Yeah.
I've got a picture.
Finecast. Neither fine nor cast.
I'm going to picture them what come across as kangaroos, but I don't think they are. They're like dinosaurs.
They're iguanodons.
Yeah.
No, they're kangaroos. I think these look great. This is
again, it's that weirdness of Age of Sigmar, which I really like. I really like them.
I love the momentum they've got. They look like they're galloping at high speed and they're pinging shots off as they go. And they've got that kind of like elven thing with like the one that's got the banner on the back. That's like a very kind of high elf banner looking thing.
Mm.
Don't associate these with high elves. These are some mutant offspring.
I like the sort of the mirror image of the Slaneshi Seeker stuff that they've done for the Head Knights, where they're very similarly posed and very similar looking models, but entirely different at the same time. So I like that.
I never thought of that, but absolutely, that's great.
So I like the sort of like clearly Slaneshi influence that they've had on the Realm of Light.
What's the plot behind these then? Because the sea elves are like they've got no souls, so they've got to eat souls or something. What's going on with these?
I'm not 100% sure, but Lumineth were the Idoneth Deepkin were the first experiments that Teclis made to try and reforge the elves. The elven elves,
the elven elves.
These were the ones.
Your words, Luke.
These were the ones that he finally settled on in the Realm of Light. So,
yeah, I prefer the elven elves to the orcish elves. To be honest.
I mean, everyone prefers them. Orcish elves are a bit odd.
Were there any releases for the orcs? I've not seen any.
Yeah, they got those guys who look like they're wearing power armor, but they're not.
Yeah, like the proper
Oryx. That's the one.
Oryx. Yeah. Nice models could do with something a bit more, though. I think they need to have a think about, because they did the Cities of Sigmar book, which is one of the best books they did for Age of Sigmar, and it just the amount of different armies you can do and the amount of inspiration. But they released it about the same time as the War Clan book for the Oryx, and it just wasn't enough. There just wasn't the same feel to it, which was a shame.
Yeah, I didn't think the Oryx design, they're not bad, they seemed a little uninspired. They looked a bit just like fantasy mega knobs, and someone went, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like the fantastical vibe from them that a lot of the other AOS stuff has.
So again, they're missing out on the weirdness.
Yeah.
So if they had like a Gorkamorka infused like shaman unit, where each one of them's got like ridiculous. What's David saying? There you go. Elven Pantheon freed the souls from Celeste that were imprisoned. The first attempt were Idmeth, considered faulty and Teclis wanted to purge them.
Why doesn't he just join us instead?
How are you guys getting that text slightly faster than me? I am live.
No idea.
Magic. A wizard did it.
Yeah.
He's misspelled Teclis though, so.
No one cares. Teclis is a bum.
Well, he wears MC Hammer's cast-offs now, apparently, so who knows? A Centurion created the Lumineth, which initially we thought would be perfect.
But suffer from flaws of their own.
What a dramatic turn of events that is.
Turns out Teclis isn't very good at making elves. Maybe you should stop.
Well, they've teased the next book, the Broken Realms book, with the first one being based on Marathi and how she's wanting to, increase her godhood within the realms of Sigmar.
Isn't she now merged with Cain? Somehow.
Yes and no. Like, she uses Cain as a front for her worshippers.
Oh, right.
Effectively. All the worship that goes to Cain gets sent to her instead.
Ah.
She's running a Ponzi scheme.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's just the kind of stuff you can expect from AOS.
Yeah, Cain is dead.
Here's the thing I've been wondering. You know how this is the Age of Sigmar?
Mm.
How come the only thing they haven't given us a model for is Sigmar?
I don't know, because...
there's all these various...
I mean, you've got Nagash, you've got Teclis, what are the other ones? You've got Marathi. Yeah.
Archaon got a bigger horse.
Alariel.
And then like everyone's like, "Where's Sigmar?" And he's like, no, just you can have this high Celestant or whatever."
Yep, he's chilling. It's fine. He's the winner.
He's on a space dragon.
So he's a god, right? Or is he? So,
he is.
But he still uses a fair enough, a powerful mortal magic weapon. Is he still got Galmaraz?
No, Galmaraz was given to the Celestant, which is like
what does he use then?
Lightning, like the entire realm of lightning. I don't know.
Mind bullets.
Yeah.
Is he like the Emperor then from
Kinda
Star Wars?
Oh, Finn, I've got a really good idea for a video.
Go on.
I think we should do the Emperor versus the Emperor versus the Emperor versus the Emperor. By which, of course, I mean the Emperor, the Emperor, the Emperor, and the Emperor.
Oh,
you're the ones I mean.
I'm glad you clarified that.
So you've got Star Wars Emperor.
Yes.
Dune Emperor.
Yes.
The Emperor.
Yes.
Karl Franz Emperor.
Well done. 4 for 4. That was literally my plan.
Well, we can start this now. The God Emperor of Dune has got 4 points versus the God Emperor of Mankind, but only 3 against Karl Franz. And it was a score draw against...
A score draw?
Against Augustus, who's the 5th Emperor we're going to bring into this.
Augustus...
For a 6th Emperor, why not the final boss from House of the Dead 2, Emperor Typh Alpha, who will be instantly killed by any one of these characters?
Hang on, I'm struggling to follow here. Which one counts for the football pools?
Emperor Athletic.
Dynamo Kiev.
Locomotive Emperor.
Well,
you lost it.
Yeah,
lost it.
It was going.
It's gone to pot. Too many emperors.
It was going so well, wasn't it?
Or not enough emperors. I think it's a good video idea, and I think, in fact, that you should do it.
Oh, like the God Emperor of Dune used to say.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a worm. Do it.
Don't spoil it for people who haven't read God Emperor of Dune.
Spoilers for God Emperor of Dune.
He was a sandworm all along.
My skin is not my own.
Just like Beetlejuice. Anyway, so I think it was quite a successful preview. I liked.
Yeah, you know what?
I
It
liked
got a lot of stuff.
over
lot of
50%
stuff
of the models. I like them.
Yeah.
I think the Witch Hunter was the winner.
I didn't mind like any of that. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. I was like one of the most exciting previews that they've done in a while. The only thing I wasn't too fussed about was the kill team stuff because we'd seen it all before.
Yeah, it is like.
But it's nice to see it that it's in the box and it's in it that they're continuing with kill team because kill team's a nice game to play.
It must be making them some money then if they keep doing it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe like the original Kill Team when it was first released, that was the Mechanicus against
Gene Stealer Cults. Yeah.
Genes. That's right, and that one sold out like everywhere for a long time. And then
That was because that was the first time you saw the new buildings as well.
yeah, and then the next one it was the Space Wolf Primaris against the Tau. Don't think that one sold so well, but that's when you put Tau in a box. I mean,
Who do you root for there? Like
That is two less popular niche factions, I will say that. It was a weird choice.
That's lose that. Space Wolves or the Tau. Can they not
You
both
know
lose?
you know how many people like Space Wolves? It's obscene how many people like Space Wolves.
Well, they're all wrong. I'm saying it live.
I don't mind Space Wolves, but until if I ever made the army, I would never, not once, not even as a joke, field Thunderwolf Cavalry. I don't care if their rules are amazing. They're just, it's too much.
How does that? How can a...
They're great. I love the Thunderwolf Cavalry. I also love the Flying Shoebox. That thing's amazing too.
I like that. I do like that.
Grimnard Slayer.
No.
Sorry.
Storm Wolf or something?
Yeah.
How can a wolf have a 3-up invulnerable save?
There's no wolves on Fenris, Finn, except the ones in armor who are riding other larger wolves.
It's just it's an old saying that's also not true.
The joke is there are actually way more wolves on Fenris than we thought.
Yeah, well, so many will ride them to war.
It was like when 5th Ed Blood Angels Codex came out, and they went a bit apeshit with prefixing everything with blood. It says Bloodstorm missiles, Blood Shard rounds, blood sword, blood.
Was this not a Matt Ward?
It was a Matt Ward Codex. Yes.
Yeah.
How can you tell? But yeah, Wolves and Tau. That's a weird matchup.
What was the next one?
I don't think there's been another one, has there?
The only other one they made was the Kill Team Rogue Trader one.
That's right.
Well, I quite
that
like
was really
yeah.
really good because obviously you got all like the fancy stuff. You've got the Gellerstorm Poxwalkers or whatever it was.
Was that the one with the dog as well?
Yeah, and you got the actual ship's crew, which were great.
Hey.
I'm not going to talk about the Blood Secretor.
I was about to get onto the Blood Secretor actually. What is a Blood Secretor?
A Blood Secretor was I think it was the battle standard bearer that they had in the first Age of Sigmar box.
Hmm.
And there was just so many different blood names for the corn stuff. It was obscene.
Did you have to stand on one leg to use it or something?
No. But
that's an improvement.
That first set of rules has a lot to answer for, unfortunately.
I think we sort of covered that in the dislikes episode.
Yeah.
It's no need to unearth that tomb.
I'm trying to find. There we go.
You got a picture of one?
What were they called? So you got Korgus Kull, which was the named character guy that they had for you had Blood Reavers, Blood Warriors, a Mighty Lord of Khorne, a Blood Secretor, a Blood Stoker, and a Kogarath. So
a lot of blood in there.
Blood Secretor was
Blood Secretor for the Blood God.
It's a good job. He's the only Chaos God that uses the body fluid he's concerned with as a prefix for his units.
Are you suggesting a Slanesh release would be a bit more X-rated?
It would become immediately problematic.
Oh dear. Oh, you get but Nurgle does it.
That's not a bad model.
It's a lovely model. Like again, a lot of the Age of Sigmar models
and
are
stuff.
absolutely fantastic. It's the naming conventions, though.
Yeah, I didn't. The thing I didn't like about these Sigmar Khorne guys is a lot of them are like shirtless, and I was like, I always liked the idea of the Champions of Khorne having the armor fused to their very bodies and being like big hulking, basically animate statues almost. That is an older interpretation of the lore, though. So
Yeah, that's a very old interpretation. Like
it really
again,
is. It's
a lot of
dead.
Yeah. Again, a lot of the stuff. Where are we? Chaos. The Blades of Khorne. Again, you've got all the demon stuff. Like the Reavers were still meant to be marauders, so the Blood Reavers were meant to be that sort of marauder-esque.
Blood Reavers, eh? Original name there.
Yeah.
There's a Blood Secretor if anyone wants to know what one is. Like me, I didn't know.
Blood Secretor is kind of a stupid name.
I think, and I remember speaking to Gavin about this. It's the naming conventions. Some of them aren't too bad, but some of them are just lazy.
Yeah.
So, like, I know Gavin has a problem with a lot of the new Necron characters. You've got a Techmancer and a Chronomancer and a
Plasmancer.
Plasmancer. Yeah, but literally just by putting the suffix Mancer on something, it makes it fancy.
Yeah, it's. I mean, at least it does make it clear what they do.
Oh yeah.
In their case, it's similar, but not quite as blatant.
I think the complaint is that it's lazy writing as opposed to as opposed to anything else.
Could you not get a Bloodmancer then, or is that going up too?
They're probably working on it.
What other photos have I got on here?
You won't be able to get a Bloodmancer because Khorne doesn't do magic. So.
Can you get blood priests?
Is that still?
Yeah, you can get blood priests, but no, they're slaughter priests. Sorry,
Nice.
and they kind of do. They can't do
magic. They just fling blood at people.
No, they pray to Khorne, and then Khorne will sometimes do something on the battlefield for them.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing magical though.
Is this the same as like rune priests aren't using powers of the warp, even though they obviously are?
Yeah, no, that's the elements, mate. It's the ancestral power of their homeworld.
I thought you meant like dwarf rune priests.
Right,
nothing wrong.
We know it's confirmed Magnus did nothing wrong, but
if anything, I would say Lehman Russ didn't do enough right.
It's hard to disagree. He probably works with the Tau.
The Thousand Suns propaganda machine is alive and well.
No.
Don't believe the official account.
I'm gonna say some of the shite you talk, Mark, is utter bollocks.
Listen, it's all canon. It's just not all necessarily true, or vice versa. Whatever it is that they say.
Just as planned.
Exactly. Well, to segue onto another topic, I just dropped a load of money on a new army.
There's a shocker. Salamanders again.
That sentence.
Yeah. Amazing.
My new hyperfixation will be
salamanders.
I will hear nothing wrong about them. Nothing you hear.
Listen, this is how the company makes money on people like me.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they call people like you whales.
Yeah.
That's fine. I've made my peace with it. I just got
and a dolphin.
Let's face it, we are all whales for this hobby.
I'd say I'm more the dolphin because I can't afford to be a whale.
True. I can't afford it either, to be fair.
A steady, life-draining flow from me.
Yeah, but at the minute, it's like I was thinking, what do I need to buy? Nothing. Right. So what is possible to buy? Well, models.
Everything.
Or nothing. Okay? I can't just sit in and do nothing and not acquire anything.
Well, this is why you started the podcast.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I have actually, I have made an effort to paint a bit more. So I'm just trying to balance it now. But then I've just bought a load more stuff that needs painting.
David's trying to keep us on track there.
What's he saying now?
Tell us about your new army.
Tell us about your new army. Well, It's salamanders, and I know nothing about marines because I've never collected them other than the Thousand Suns, who you only have to know Rubric Marines and Scarab Occult Terminators, and that's it. And now there's like intercessors and.
You mean now that you've actually looked at Marines, you realise how many models they actually get?
Well, it's not even that. It's like they've all got these names, and I don't know what they are. I barely knew what a Devastator was, and now they're out. Apparently, we don't do old Marines now. So there's now aggressors and intercessors and.
Oh wait, no, you do all Marines, but you call them. Is it Firstborn?
Firstborn, yeah.
Firstborn.
And aggressor-cessors and interrogatessors, and I don't know. I don't know what they do. I just know they're bigger.
Did you just do that parent thing of deliberately saying the word wrong?
Half. I don't know what they do. I know. I can describe them though. There's like the big one with a big armor with a flamer in their wrist.
That's true.
Yeah. I like that one.
There's the other big one. There's the big but skinny ones.
The Redemptor Dreadnought. I know that one. I like that.
There's the ones that fly but not really, and there's the one that fly but not really but have heavy weapons.
I haven't got the flying ones either. Basically, David, I co-opted it all out to David, and he wrote a list of things to buy, and then I'm buying them.
So what is your current starting point for your salamanders? What are you going to be including?
Some
Eradicators.
Some of the normal Marines. Yeah, they've got melters. I know what they are. I've acquired some the guys in the big armor with the flamers on, but I've got to strip. That's them. I've got to strip them because they're painted in a different thing.
Colour.
That's it. Oh, it's all going. I've got a Redemptor Dreadnought. I've got Adrax. What's he called? The third company captain.
Oh yeah.
Agax Agaton, I think.
That's him. Yeah, I've got him. I've got a Primoris. That's his pseudonym. If he needs to go undercover, that's the name he takes. And I've got a captain and a lieutenant, I think. But I've got the book. I picked up the book yesterday, so I'm going to have to read it and find out how they actually go together. Because I don't know what section they all come under. Troops, heavy support, who knows. That'd be something to do.
I got the Chaos Marine Codex for Christmas. And I've been building Chaos Marines. It's like, at some point I should sit down and read how this is all going to go together. I was like, nah, just keep building Marines and priming them. You'll get there.
Can't go wrong, it's fine.
Well, if the worst comes to worst, you can just say, it's Unbound, or whatever it is. It's not Battleforged.
I'm not disgusting like that. I will be using a Force Organization chart.
Just bring what you like. You can do it.
Helldrake list.
I think it took me 3 months to paint a Helldrake because it was horrible to do.
So much banding on it.
Yeah.
So much trim and
it's about 60% trim.
Are they worth it though? I mean, will they stay on the board long enough to admire the paintwork?
I mean, it looks great now it's done, and the problem is with it being a Helldrake, it's big, it's quick. So as soon as you start moving around the board, it gets every single gun trained on it. Because
when we played, I was thinking, that needs to die. It can fly, so that's a problem to solve.
Yeah, it was like, that thing has just broken through our lines immediately. It needs to go. So
just point a knight at it. Because
that's exactly what you did, and you missed with your harpoon.
Yeah, well,
the thing is, though, if it hits, it does so much damage.
What, the harpoon?
Yeah,
that's the best weapon in the entire game is that harpoon, just for how ludicrous it is.
Mark, whatever you do, don't get normal Marines.
Are they not worth it?
They're not worth it at all anymore in the new game with Primaris.
Well, when I was looking through the shop, I think, what more money can I spend for no particular reason? I was looking at all the old Marine stuff, and it's like, when you were saying you didn't like the old sculpts on your episode, and I was like, from memory, they don't seem that bad. And then when I'm looking at them, like, these are
next.
not
they do
great.
look like They were fine, but they look like a joke next to Primaris.
Well, this is it. Like
Stuff.
everything about Primaris is like they're all in scale. They're all, you know, the legs should be where they should be. They're all in proportion. They've all been designed.
That's why I'm
so well.
surprised they've like given them like, oh, we'll make them 2 wounds. Why aren't they like trying to phase them out? I don't know.
They are trying to phase them out in that they aren't releasing any more of them. You'll only get Primaris going forward, really. But there's so many people out there with armies just of like Firstborn Marines. I think they felt that they had to keep them somewhat kind of like in the game.
You'll get 80 rules.
Like my old Imperial Fist army, when 8th edition came out, became useless. I was like, well, here's my 1 Moon Space Marine, and he's being shot at by this weapon, which reduces his armor save to 5+. Excellent. I've got a guardsman. So they needed to do something to keep those people happy. But
I'm just having a look now, and I'll try and upload a few here onto the.
To be honest, I fully expect.
I totally agree. Let them die.
10th edition, they'll move Firstborn Marines into the Legends section, so you can still field them, but they won't get any rules updates.
Have you heard this conspiracy theory that the Lion will come back and there'll be a split in the Imperium against the Firstborn versus the Primaris?
That might be interesting, but I think it would be more interesting if they did an honest expansion where he just came back and just immediately shook hands with Abaddon.
I'm just seeing the viewer graph plummet after I've trashed the Tau and the Space Wolves, and now you're having a go at the Dark Angels.
It's, I'm only speaking facts here.
Oh, you know.
Well, they'll only do that once they are ready to release the new Chaos Codex, so I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, we do have Fallen in there. I'm just saying, they've already got a toe in the Codex.
What, are they in the book?
Yeah, Codex Chaos Marines.
Although I do love the fact that Fallen have the keyword Imperium and Chaos in there.
Yeah, like Dark Angels all should have.
What more proof do you need?
Luther did nothing wrong. Let's see if I can really mess these metrics up.
Yeah, who's the real villain?
The Lion.
The Emperor.
Nice Father of the Year.
As you decided on your Emperor versus Emperor video.
I didn't say. Well, yeah, he did do plenty of things wrong.
He did a lot of bad things, though, didn't he?
It doesn't necessarily make him the villain. Just a villain. I can't do it. I can't get it to save. But I'm looking at like the Space Marine scouts, and they look dreadful.
The old ones with the chins.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, the Space Marine scout. No way. I'm saving that for another video, aren't I?
Yeah, you can do that on your episode.
That tail.
Your 3rd episode. Yeah, that's my new. I'll probably get bored of it in a month and buy a load of, I don't know.
Cow.
No.
I've got some Tau you can have if you want.
Just paint Harlequins. It's not stressful at all.
What, is that checkerboard pattern?
Yes.
So easy.
Totally fine.
Nothing wrong with it. Just freehand it. Freehand it. That's all you have to do. Just freehand it.
Just lash it on.
I mean, I literally have done that. But yeah, it was.
Again, that's not a good advert for your painting services.
No, I mean, I have done a Harlequin unit, and it was stressful, but it's very rewarding to do. I wouldn't recommend doing an army of them, though, if you want to remain functional mentally.
A not green army.
So orcs.
David saying you all need to do a not green army.
A twist. What did twist?
A not green army? What's that?
Just do orcs, but paint them red.
They would go faster. They'd get more.
Just mess with people.
They'd get more movement. There's an orc reference there if anyone gets it.
I mean, we get it. Just it wasn't. Just no one laughed.
Yeah, because no one's watching. That's why. Oh, there we go. I can show this image. Hang on. cover for me while I upload it. Or don't.
Is this a picture of you in underwear?
This is me on holiday.
Nobody wants that.
Went to Bogneris.
There you
Masters
go.
of the Chapter are fine. They're good sculpts.
They
I
just
really
don't.
enjoyed those.
They don't look impressive against even the generic Primaris captain now.
But, they don't look impressive against the captain, but they look impressive against the range they were released in. They're really good models. But yeah, relativity is a strange thing.
Now that I've got skin in the game, by actually owning Primaris, I'm now more of the opinion of just scrap the firstborn. They don't fit anymore. The scale's all off. They don't look as good.
But even like you look at the new Chaos Marine models, they're bigger than normal Space Marines now, like the old school Firstborn Marines. So like a Chaos Marine will be bigger than these Masters of the Chapter.
Yes,
Chaos Marine.
Because they're better proportioned.
Well,
I'm just better.
The Rubric Marines, they look big and impressive.
The most recent Chaos Space Marines, they've been like brought up to like Primaris proportions. They're not quite as big as a Primaris, but they're almost. Like they have great. All the new Chaos Marines are really nice.
One of the things I noticed about the Death Guard, how big those models are. Just
that's what I was going to talk about in part 2. The Death Guard appear to have been ramped up quite a lot. I don't know if you've seen any battle reports and things, but Mortarion is now the thing to have, apparently.
I'll take your word for it. I've not played a game.
I don't think anyone has, apart from these battle report people. But because people are complaining about disgustingly resilient being reworked, but apparently it reduces damage by 1 now rather than feel no pain on 5, which, as it turns out, is a really powerful gaming mechanic.
David's confirming that in the chat.
Yeah,
he may be the MVP here.
Yeah, and yet he won't join us. Only by text.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering if the Thousand
Probably
Suns...
pissed.
He's what?
Probably pissed again.
Oh, he did say he was going to get tanked up.
He's having me.
What? You broke up there.
He is drunk.
There you go.
Oh, very good.
David's best, David.
I envy him.
I'll be doing the same later on.
If we do this again, I'll be definitely getting some pre-drinks on board just for reasons.
Drunk streaming. Could be a thing.
Well, with that, I'm gonna leave because I need to get some food because I've not had anything to eat all day. So I'm
Well,
beautiful.
That seems a good place to leave it if we've done our reviews.
Oh, get rid of them.
What? What's wrong with that?
That actually reminds me, I'm going to post my first ever painted Ultramarines onto my Insta account for a laugh.
Oh, are you going to do a, what do you call them? Duncan Rose?
Pro painted.
No, he always shows off his first painted Marine, just clagged in paint.
Well, that's just the whole thing of like, people paint them on purpose like that now. Like in the first mini style as like an ironic joke, but I need to assure people these are very old and they are highlighted with mithril silver. It's gorgeous, really.
I think you should do an entire army like that.
Some people do, and it's actually kind of hilarious.
Get these Terminators painted like that. Well, anyway, thank you all for reviewing this.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Thank you.
We'll review the next release, which is confirmed to be Squats, the Emperor coming back, and an all Zote army. You heard it here first.
Cease and desist.
I can hear their lawyers fucking sharpening the knives.
Right, well, I'm ending the stream now before I get sued. Bye.